Namaste. Welcome to another video. In this session, I like to focus on creating a balance, especially this time where we are experiencing more stress, more anxiety. There is so much uncertainty going on. So we tend to live in our headspace because we analyze, we worry, we overthink, we try to plan in some way. And very often living in the headspace creates the imbalance and detachment from our physical body and how we nurture our body. We're going to use the practice to remind ourselves to come from the busy headspace into the body, or what we call in yoga grounding. And every single moment we realize that we are more in the headspace, we can use the pratyahara, which is withdrawing from the sensations that are drawing us to be in our headspace or be distracted by the surrounding, and come back into the present moment, come back into the breath, come back into the alignment and contact with the ground. So again, stepping away from the headspace into the body and connecting to the ground, which can give us a sense of balance. We don't always have to be thinking and doing. Sometimes just sense of being in our body, it's enough for us to sustain the balance and be healthy and happy. So today we're going to start on the ground. So when you're ready, take yourself into a semi-supine position, bringing your feet flat on the floor, arms by your sides. Draw your chin in and check that the whole of your back is comfortable. And then bringing the awareness to the back of your neck. Lengthen your neck, draw your chin in. And then invite the palms to turn up, shoulders opening, shoulder blades releasing. And begin to connect with the ground. And as you do so, just notice what the mind is engaging with. The mind may think about the things you need to do, the things you are doing. May suddenly think about how much tension you're holding in your shoulders. And once you acknowledge what your mind is doing, bring the attention to the ground beneath you. Sense the feet on the ground, the whole of your upper body on the ground, back of your hands and back of your head. Allow the breath to be deep and calm. Gentle pause on top of the in-breath and finding that still point at the end of the out-breath. Just for a moment, allowing yourself not to have any agenda apart from watching the breath. Sensing the ground beneath the body. Completely coming to this point, to this moment, being fully present and aware. On the following out breath, bring the arms by your side. You're going to take the arms above the head on the in breath and bring them back down on the out breath.
So when you're ready, inhale, press into the feet, lift the arms up, let the chest expand, pause on top of the in-breath. Out breath, release, and bring the arms down. And just notice the relationship with the spine and the floor as you breathe in and pause. And then as you breathe out and release. So that 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Feel the back arching as you pause on top of the in-breath. And then everything releasing. 1 more time. Wonderful. This time we will incorporate the legs. In breath, right leg, arms up. Pause, push the head away. Exhale, lower down. In breath, left leg, arms up. Pause. Out, breath long. Keep going. Back into the right leg. Pause. Lower down. Inhaling. Lower down. Once more on each side. Notice the difference in your hamstring and the hips, if any. The right and the left. Great. This time on the in-breath, we will take the arms and the hips up into a bridge pose. Press into the feet. In-breath, rise up. Soften the shoulders, back of your neck. Press into the feet. And begin to breathe into the belly, opening up. Connecting with the back of your hands, back of your head, center of your shoulder blade, and your feet. Just 3 more breaths, opening up in here. On the following out breath, release vertebra by vertebra. Sacrum last, have your knees into the chest, and gently rock to side. And from here, bring yourself down onto your tummy. And what we will do is, we will come into a cobra on the in-breath, and on the out-breath, we'll go into down dog. A hold for in-breath, and on the out-breath, we will come down and lift up on the in-breath. So we will do 4 times transition from cobra into down dog. So have your feet apart, wrist beneath the shoulders. Press into the feet and pelvis. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, push back. Lengthen through. Pause on top of the in-breath. Exhale, drop your knees and chest. Let go of your toes. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, push into down dog. Hold on top of the in-breath. Shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, lower down with control. Knees and chest down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, down. Hold on top of the in-breath. Exhale, knees and chest down. 1 more round. Let go of your toes. Keep your elbows tucked in. Inhale, rise up, shoulders down. Exhale, down dog. Pause. Exhale, lower. Inhale, as we rise up this time, we will hold our down dog. You can bend your knees. Push into the hands, push into the feet, and notice the 4 points of contact with the ground. Draw your chin in and lengthen as you look towards your knees. Breathe. On the out breath, try to draw the heels down towards the ground. Even though you don't reach, you're just stretching deeper. And then lift your gaze, look towards your hands. And gently walk your feet towards your hands into standing forward Uttanasana. Fold the arms and hold the opposite elbow. And allow the body to completely release. Softening the knees, back of your neck and your shoulders. And begin to sense the space between the heels and toes. And as you breathe out, just relax deeper into that forward fold. Letting go. Letting go. And I'm going to move into a chair, so check that your feet are hip width. Bend into the hips, bring your hands on your hips, drop into the hips, knees and feet in alignment. You can keep your hands here. You can take the arms above the head, drop into the shoulders, and be mindful of your sacrum. You don't want to over-tap, you want to have a neutral back in here. Sinking down through the shoulder blades. Breathe. Wonderful. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, reach up. Arch your back if you can. Exhale, bringing the hands to the heart space. Pause. Connect with the breath. And noticing where the mind is. And bringing the contact, the ground, sensations in your feet and your legs. Wonderful. Deeper breath in, longer breath out, and release. Well done. So we're going to move into a warrior two and a triangle pose. So adjust the feet distance to what is right for your hips today, and make sure you modify if needed. So separating your feet, turning the right foot out 90 degrees, left foot in. And just check that your hips are beneath the shoulders. We have a tendency to overstretch. Bend into the knee and check that your knee and the heel are in a straight line. Opening the chest, extend the arms out shoulder length. Drop into the shoulders. Gaze in towards your right hand. As you breathe in, let the chest expand. As you breathe out, soften into the shoulders. Pressing into the outside edges of your feet. Breathe. Inhale, stretch the knee, turn the palms forwards. Lean towards your side and then lower down. You can place your hand on the shin, don't push into it, down towards the foot or ground. Open up if you can. Look up. You can always bring your hand on the waistline or arm behind you. You can also bring the gaze forwards or down, depending on your neck. As you breathe in, begin to lift into the thigh and the hip joint, opening the chest. Breathing out, softening into it. Wonderful. Bend into the knee. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower the arms. Turn your feet the opposite way. Bringing the hips underneath the shoulders. Exhale, bend into the knee. Inhale, rise up. Drop your shoulders. Gaze in towards your left hand. So as you acknowledge where the mind is, gently bring it back to the present moment. Press the feet into the mat and lift through the feet, through the calves, through the thighs. Wonderful. In breath, stretch the knee, palms facing forward. Exhale, lower down. Again, do not push into your joints or your bones. You can fold the arm, keep it up, or behind. Look up, forwards or down. Opening the chest, opening the chest. Keep the top shoulders soft. Breathe. Keep the feet pressing into the mat. Bend the knee, inhale, rise up. Exhale, release. Bringing your feet inward so the heels are wider than your toes. Bring your hands on your hips. Keep the knees soft. Inhale, lift the chest. Take the elbows back, open up. As you exhale, follow with the chest. Completely let go. And fold the arms down towards the ground. And as you press into the outside of your feet, allow the mind to empty just for a moment. You don't need to go deeper in a position. You don't need to reach the floor of your feet. You don't need to remember anything. You just need to hang in there and breathe. Just 3 more breaths, letting go, letting go. Exhale, bend into the knees, bring your hands on your hips, 90 degrees, lift the chest, rising all the way up. Push into the hips, slightly lift the chest, look up, and release. Bring your feet beneath the hips, release it, and just coming into stillness and Tadasana. So have your feet hip width, with comfortable palms facing forwards. Either close your eyes or drop your gaze. And begin to sense the breath. The in-breath, the out-breath. In-breath and the out-breath. Sense the distance between heels and toes. And try to feel each toe engaging to give you balance and stability. And keeping this sense of stability and balance as we move into our tree pose, turning the palms down. Feel free to use the wall if needed. Shift the body weight towards the right. Rotate the left knee out. Either keeping the ball of your foot on the floor, inner calf, or your inner thigh. Don't place it on the knee joint. Looking down on the floor for your drishti, you can bring your hands to the heart space or keep your hands on the hips. As you breathe in, try to lift into the hip joint, opening up, and as you breathe out, just send the breath down towards your foot. Feel rooted, feel present. Allow the mind to focus on the floor, on your drishti, on your spot. Wonderful. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to release. Well done. Bringing the body weight towards the left. Rotating the right knee out. So ball of your foot on the floor, inner calf or your inner thigh. And just be mindful that you're not pushing the hip out. Be lifted through the hip and try to keep your kneecap lifted as well. Hands to the heart. Shoulders relaxed. As you breathe in, have a sense of lifting through the crown of your head. As you breathe out, just find the balance and stability. Breathe. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to release. Wonderful. Shake it away. Now we're going to use a pigeon pose after forward bend. So maybe you want to have a cushion or blanket on the right hand side. I'm going to get a blanket ready so I can show you where to put the prop for the pigeon support. So you will place that under your buttock. Come into the top of the mat, hands to the chest. Taking a deep breath in, long breath out. And once again, finding that stillness and stability. Being okay with just being rather than doing. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forwards. And just take a moment in your forward bend with curiosity, noticing how is this forward bend compared to my first one in my practice. And is there a particular muscle I can relax a bit more, perhaps softening to the knees, maybe my shoulders or jawline. And as we connect more with the body, the mind begins to quieten and the thoughts become less and less active. If you can release the center of your forehead, and on the in-breath, bend into the knees, lift the chest, look forwards, and on the out-breath, palms down, step the right leg, left leg into down dog. And we will move into a pigeon. So inhaling, lifting the right leg up. And as you exhale, bring the right knee between your hands and lower your buttock down towards the ground. So if there's a gap between the floor and your body, just bring the pad in there. You want to have a chest and pelvis facing forwards as much as you can, and the back knee and the foot are on the ground. Press into the floor, rise up, shoulders down, back of your neck nice and long. Breathing in, lifting the chest, breathing out, softening into it. Breathing in, lifting the chest, and softening. Inhale, lift the chest, exhale, fold. Bringing a forehead to the ground. You can use fist or block. Connecting with the back knee on the mat. Hips sinking towards the ground. Chest releasing towards the upper leg. Inhale, lift, bringing the hands underneath the shoulders. Remove the padding and bring it to the other side. If you're using one, curl your toes, step back into down dog. Take 2 deep breaths here. Just connect with your hands and feet. Feel the mat beneath your feet and hands. On the next available in-breath, left leg up, look between your hands. Exhale, left knee between your hands. Drop the right knee to the ground, right foot to the ground. Rise up, shoulders down. Inhaling, lengthening through the crown of your head. Exhaling, softening the shoulders, letting go. Feel the rib cage expand. And on your next out breath, let the chest fall forwards, hands in front of you, forehead to the ground or padding. Letting go. Just noticing the stillness in the body. And be curious if the mind can follow. Or do you notice that the mind has tendency to wander more when the body is still? And are you able to control the senses? Practicing the pratyahara. Putting the senses back and taking the control. In breath, slide your hands underneath the shoulders, move the padding away, lift the chest, step back into down dog, taking 3 breaths there. Allowing the forehead to release towards the ground. Wonderful. Exhale, drop your knees. And just take a moment in Vajrasana if possible. If not, bring your legs right in front of you. Taking a deep breath in, long breath out. And release. Wonderful. Stretching your legs in front of you. We're going to do a pose of the cow. You may want to sit on the edge of a blanket, a cushion, or if you have a block. So starting with your legs out in front of you and check that your pelvis is neutral. Taking the right leg across, and you can keep the left knee bent, or if you wish, bend both knees, but you don't want to be tilted. You want to have your hips sinking and the buttocks firmly on the ground or your padding. Lift the spine, shoulders down. Inhale, lift through the left arm. Bending the elbow and bringing the palm between the shoulder blades. Softening here and try to bring the arm as close as possible towards the head. You can remain in this position, or you can try to reach back with your right hand and see if you can find your fingers. If you can't, then you're coming back into the first position and just working on the arm muscles, drawing your chin in, softening the belly, shoulders down, breath is deep, letting go. In breath, reach the arms up. Exhale, release to the sides, roll your shoulders back, shake it away. Wonderful, and release the legs. Give your legs a wiggle, and then change over. So again, be mindful, your knees and your hips may feel completely different on this side, so do modify. Taking a left leg across, and you may stay in this position, or you may want to tilt to one side and bend both knees. Remember, if it doesn't feel right, just extend the leg. Ground yourself. So you want to feel firmly rooted to the ground. In breath, right arm up. Bend into the elbow. Hold the elbow, lift the chest, shoulders down. You can remain in this position, or again, try to find your fingers. You will find that one side is completely different to the other. So just accept it, and it's okay to hold on to the elbow. Inhale, lifting, and exhale, softening. So if you're noticing that the mind is focusing on the tightest spot, try to breathe into it rather than just thinking, oh my gosh, this is so tight. See if you can soften and release. Soften and release. Wonderful. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise up. And let go. Release the shoulders, release your hands, release both legs. Give your legs a shake. Coming into a seated forward bend. Inhale, reach up, look up. Lift through the kneecaps. Follow your hands on the out breath, lean forwards and completely let go. So it doesn't matter how deep you are in a forward bend. The aim is to connect with the ground, to let go of your thoughts, deepen the out breath. 3 more breaths, just let go. On the in-breath, reach forwards and up, palms touch. Exhale, hands into the heart space. And release. Wonderful. We're going to come into a spinal twist. So bend into the right knee and take the foot on the outside of your thigh. Hug your knee with the opposite left arm. Reach up through the right. Exhale, twist to the right. I'm going to come sideways so you can see better. Inhale in, exhale. As you breathe in, sit tall. As you breathe out, rotate.
Inhaling, lifting, exhaling, rotating. Sensing the back hand or fingers on the ground. Sensing the extended leg, heel on the ground. Sensing the right foot on the ground. Breathe. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release. Wonderful. Change sides. So I'm going to turn around. Bend into the left knee. Take the foot across. Hug your knee with your right arm. Inhale, lift through the left. Twist to the left. As you breathe in, lift through the crown of your head and extend that right heel away. And as you exhale, twist it. Feel the sensation in the body as you breathe in. Opportunity to expand, to lift. And letting go as you breathe out. Finding the balance between the in-breath and the out-breath. Between doing and being. Next in-breath, lift. Out-breath, release. Stretch both legs in front of you. Give them a wiggle. So coming slightly wider, taking the right leg out, the left heel at the center of your pelvis. So once again, supporting the hips. Holding onto your leg or your foot. Inhale, lift through the left arm. Exhale, reach over. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach over. Inhale, lift. Reach over. Inhale, lift, both arms come up. Rotate the chest over towards the extended leg and fold over. Bend into the elbows, soften the knee, and just sense the ground beneath you. The heel, front of your foot, your hips on the ground. Letting go. On the in-breath, look towards your hands. Rise up, palms touch above the head. Exhale, coming into the heart space. Deep breath in, long breath out. Deep breath in, long breath out. Bring the hands in front of you. Walk your hands away from the hips. And you may just be up and you may be able to bring the forehead to the ground. It doesn't matter where you are. The aim is to completely ground yourself, to completely relax and let go. See if you can sense the breath and the spine lengthening. And with the out breath, everything feels heavier with the gravity. Release into the ground. Press into your hands on the in-breath. Lift your head and walk your hands back towards the hips. Great. Change sides. So again, there might be a difference, significant or tiny bit. So be mindful of that. Holding onto your leg or your foot. In-breath, right arm up. Out-breath, reach over. Inhaling, reach up, look up. Exhale, reach over. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhale. In-breath, both arms up. Twist and fold. Shoulders away from your ears. Back of your neck nice and long. Breathe. Softening behind the knee.
connecting with the contact you have with the ground. Next in-breath, look towards your hands. Rise up, palms touch, hands into the heart space. Deep breath in, long breath out. Deep breath in. Exhale, hands to the ground, making sure you're rooted, and then begin to walk your hands further away and completely let go. Relax the back of your neck. You can bring the fists under your forehead and rest slightly higher, or one fist or a block. So finding a space and a support for your body. Inhale, lift the gaze. Walking your hands back, rise up, bring both legs in, give yourself a hug. Wonderful. So before we come into a grounding position, I'd like you to check in. If you've never done a shoulder stand, I will demonstrate the shoulder stand. If you are a complete beginner, I would suggest don't do the shoulder stand just from the video. If you've never done the shoulder stand, again, skip it and just do the leg raise. Also, if you have any neck issues, any shoulder issues, wrist issues, and high blood pressure, I would say avoid the full shoulder stand if you've never done it before in a class with a qualified teacher. So you will have an option. If you can't do or don't want to do shoulder stand, you can just lift your legs up, or you can have a bolster, cushion, blanket support underneath and do that. If you have done a shoulder stand before, or you're healthy and you've been to yoga class before, you can try to go into shoulder stand, pressing into the upper arms, lifting the feet, pelvis off the ground. Support your back here. So the upper arms stay on the ground and you're supporting your back. You can come into a half shoulder stand, or you can try to lift your legs up into the position where you can find the support. And then from here, you're looking for stability and stillness. When you're heading up, you bend your knees, arms come down, and you release by lifting the head and spine, going down, and gently let go. Remember to lift your head, because we will tense the muscles in the neck if you try to come down without rounding your back. But remember what I said, the precautions and prohibitions. So you may want to skip it if you've never done it before. But for now, take yourself into semi-supine on your back, feet flat. And let's connect with the ground. Take a deep breath in, long breath out, turn your palms up. And begin to sense the ground beneath you. Connecting with your feet, back of your hands, back of your head, shoulder blades, and sensing the parts of your back that touch the ground and parts of the back that are away from the ground. So there are gaps between the back and the mat. Noticing what the mind is doing. And just with a curiosity, no judgment, bring the mind back to focus on the breath. Inhaling, chest expands. Exhaling, chest and ribcage. So relaxing the pelvis, the lower back, and your shoulders. Now you have a choice to stay here, or you can go into raised leg position with the padding under the pelvis, or you can take yourself into shoulder stand, supporting your back, and doing a half shoulder stand, and taking yourself all the way up. Making sure that the support comes from your arms, and you're resting on the shoulders and the neck is free without any pressure. There's only a flexion and extension. And a breath is a good examiner. If the breath is not smooth, deep, and controlled, that means that the posture is not controlled. Remember, you can come out from the posture at any stage. And for now, just follow the breath. Four more breaths if you can. And with control, exhaling, knees down, arms down, slowly releasing the spine. Head comes off, feet to the ground, and taking a moment with a neutral spine. If you've been resting on your back, take a few deep breaths. And then gently rock your knees to side. And then from here, bring yourself up sideways into sitting. We'll come into a fish pose, which is the back bend counter pose. If this doesn't suit you, you can bring the bolster behind your back. I will show you in a moment. Bringing your hands underneath to sit on, taking one elbow at a time back. You can remain with the chin tucked in, or you can try to take your head back towards the ground or block underneath your head. If this doesn't suit you at all, you can bring a bolster cushion underneath your back and rest there. Let your feet relax. Let your shoulders relax. Let the breath be deep. And then press into your hands and elbows. Lift the head. Release the hands. Release the back. If you're using a padding, release the padding. Hug the knees into the chest. And gently rock to side. And then you can cross your ankles, either rock yourself up into sitting or come up sideways into sitting position. So finding yourself a comfortable position for a pranayama. Now, one breath that can help us to be grounded and calm is cooling breath. Now, some of you will be able to curl your tongue into a tube and breathe in through the curled tongue. Some of you won't be able to do it, and that's okay. You will purse your lips, relax your tongue in your mouth, and you will breathe out through the nose. Or you will go so you either breathe in through the pursed lips or curled tongue, and after the in-breath, you relax the jaw and the face, and you breathe out through the nose. So we're going to do a few rounds like that. Have a chin mudra, thumbs and index together. Relax into the shoulders. Close your eyes or lower your gaze. And then bring the awareness to the natural breath. And then when you're ready in your own time, either purse your lips or curl your tongue, inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. So keep the rhythm, keep the deep in-breath, keep the out-breath.
A few more rounds. And return into your natural breath. Noticing the lift on the inhalation, sense of release on the exhalation. Noticing the hips rooted on the padding or ground. Noticing your thighs and your feet on the ground. Relax your inner thighs. Relax your jawline. Center of your forehead. And just noticing the breath. Inhaling, exhaling. When the mind wanders, bring the attention back to the ground, back to your body. Back to the breath. Just for a moment, allowing the mind to be still. Nothing to remember, nothing to plan, organize, analyze, judge. Just watching the breath. Bringing the attention to the tip of your nose. Taking a deeper breath in, longer breath out. Exhaling, releasing your chin down towards the chest. Bringing the head back to the center. Right ear to the right shoulder. Back to the center. left ear, left shoulder. Back to the center. Inhale, lift the shoulders up, hold together. And let go. Wonderful. Settling your body down into Shavasana, relaxation. You may want to have a padding under your knees. You may want to bring the cushion under your head. Arms away from your body, palms facing up, feet dropping out to the side. So bringing the awareness to the ground. Bringing the awareness to the space that your body is taking on the mat. As you breathe out, completely surrender, letting go. Acknowledging the back resting on the ground. This is your time, your space. As you breathe out, let the whole of your back release. Your lower back, middle back, and upper back. Letting go. Releasing hips towards the ground. Noticing the heels on the mat. Letting go of the calves. Releasing the space behind the knees. Letting go of your thighs. Your legs are heavy and relaxed. Heavy and relaxed. Connecting with the shoulders and letting go. Releasing shoulder blades. Acknowledging the back of your hands on the ground. Softening the fingers in your palms. Letting go of the arms. Heavy and relaxed. Heavy and relaxed. Relax your chest. Relax your belly. Releasing the heaviness of your head. Crown of your head. Forehead. Your eyelids and the eyes. heavy and relaxed. Heavy and relaxed. Release the upper lip and the lower lip. Whole of your face. Whole of your body. Heavy and relaxed. Heavy and relaxed. Letting go. Bringing your attention to the sounds around you. The ground beneath you. Noticing the space between the in-breath and the out-breath. Deepen your breathing. Reconnecting with the fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Taking a head to side. Back to here and now. Breathing in, taking the arms above the head. Stretch the left side, right side of your body. Point your toes, push the heels away. And bringing the hands together, warm your palms up. Either cover your eyes or bring your hands on the heart space. And when you open your eyes, see yourself as you wish to be. Hug your knees into the chest. Roll over to one side. And in your own time, coming up sideways into sitting. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for your practice. See you next time.